situation of going into lamentation and false compassion. And he says that, it does not become you. Give up such pity, weakness of heart. So this is actually coming because of weakness of heart due to ignorance. That's how this lamentation is happening so much. So similar lines, he also saying Arjuna is a fool. So for whom you lament is still lying before you, because the body whom you were interacting whole life is still lying and has not gone anywhere. Then what is the cause of your lamentation? They say like. So this kind of lamentation is not approved by Vedic scriptures. That we see in Krishna also is not approving in Bhagavad Gita, and in Srimad Bhagavatam also, we find that how Chitraketu Maharaj and Kritadasi, there also they were lamenting. And when the Chitraketu Maharaj eventually got enlightened, then he also gave up lamentation. So this is the phenomenon you can see, time and again, that because of ignorance, the conditioned soul tends to lament. And when he gets the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, to those who carry the wisdom, Krishna directly, here Krishna directly is telling to Arjuna, then one can come out of the lamentation. Otherwise, this is impossible actually. How can somebody can come out lamentation? Because in ignorance that will happen. Time and again the conditioned soul will have to lament. So there is a verse also, He says, Yashaiva Shriyamananam Krishna Parama Purishe Bhaktirutpatate Pumsam Shoka Moha Bhayapaha. So only by hearing about Krishna Parama Purishe, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, by hearing about him and by hearing his instructions, then only one can come out of the lamentation. Shoka Moha Bhaya, all three things are told there. Shoka is lamentation, Moha, illusion, and Bhaya, fear. And this is the constant phenomenon in this material. Shok, Moh, Bhaya will always be there. So lamentation will always be there of losing something. When one feels that, okay, he has lost this thing. Because he's attached, so then there is a lot of, pain of losing. And then there's a fear also. Same thing. Like, now in future, I should not lose that. There's a fear. And Moha. And in present, he's illusion. He's illusion because of attachment. He doesn't understand what the right course of action. So because of attachment, he wastes a lot of time in investing something in temporary. Something which is temporary, he invests a lot of time in that, thinking that to be, the source of his happiness and shelter. Thinking that to be shelter, which is temporary. So this how the conditioned soul will always remain tormented with Shoka Moha Bhaya. But the solution what Bhagavatam is saying is that one should hear about Krishna. You should get the knowledge of, soul, who is the Lord, and how this material nature is working, and how to come out of it. So this knowledge is very important. When somebody hears this knowledge, then he can understand his real situation, real position. And by dint of knowledge, one can actually, overcome that lamentation. Otherwise, one will remain attached, and then he cannot avoid, having lamentation. So here you can find that how badly they're lamenting. And wherever you see this kind of lamentation, when somebody leaves the body, like previously also many speakers were speaking about this, that how so pathetic the situation becomes. People become so mad. Here also it was described how Swagya's wives, they were, just catching the feet of the king, and they were not allowing the body to go also. Because they were thinking that, how can we lose this person? So they were so attached that way. So it's not easy, for anyone to actually, lose. I mean to say the one who is so attached, it's very, very difficult for that person to actually face that situation of losing that. So the queens were so attached to king, so it was so much of pain was, so much of pain, so much of lamentation. So this lamentation is, a very constant phenomenon. Now, when in a devotees community, also sometimes, devotee may pass away. Sometimes he may also leave the body. So in that case, also there is a lamentation. They say that devotee also may lament, but that lamentation is different. Like Tamdas Thakur is also saying, Pashane Kutiba Matha, Anale Pashivo. I will, enter into fire, and I will bang my head against the pashan stone. So he is feeling so much of separation, so much of pain by the departure of the devotees, or the Vaishnava acharyas. So that lamentation is of different category. This is actually in complete knowledge. So when he is feeling pain because of separation from the departed Vaishnava, because I cannot serve him now. Before I had opportunity to serve him directly. So that opportunity may not be there. So That opportunity to associate with him in that intimate way may not be there. Of course, his lamentation is there, but he also is aware of his duty, and he further continues, his service, to the departed Vaishnava. So that way, he is in knowledge. So he is not having lamentation like a person who is in ignorance. So person in ignorance, he just laments, not understanding what has happened to that person, where the person has gone. He doesn't have no understanding of the self, and he simply laments. Maybe because of his own selfishness in terms of what he will be losing materially. Like people think that, okay, now who will maintain me, what will happen to me, so basically they are more thinking about themselves, and there's no connection with the Lord many times. So, and they will even blame the Lord also. Like you see the when and in the case of Krituditi also, that she was actually blaming the Lord also, that how, what is this supreme creator, how is it like in the presence of the Father the son can die. So she started even blaming also. But you don't find in the case of devotees like that. So devotees have knowledge, and they accept the will of the Lord. They know that by will of the Lord, that Vaishnava was there with us, and we were getting his association. We had the opportunity to serve him, in very intimate way. But now by Krishna's will, the Vaishnava has gone to the further destination, and then the devotee continues his service, based on the instruction of that Vaishnava, and also serving him by following his instructions and applying Krishna consciousness in our life, by which we can please them. Wherever they are, they will be pleased. The Acharya will be pleased if we follow the instructions and keep serving that way. So this lamentation is on a spiritual platform. It is not a material platform. So, so lamentation. I mean, that emotion of feeling separation is valid. It should be on a spiritual platform. Same way, even if sometimes some relative who may not be Krishna conscious, the devotee may have to sometimes face that situation. Suppose somebody's father, somebody's close relative also may sometimes die. So in that case, no, now he may not be a devotee or some Vaishnava like that. Then whether the devotee should still have that feeling of I mean that kind of lamentation can be there or not. So that question may come. So basically, in that case also, a devotee may feel bad in case we find that the person couldn't take Krishna consciousness because he got the human form of life. Maybe I could have been more better devotee. I could have dealt more nicely. I could have done more service. Whatever, we could have done. I could have set more better example by which that person could have taken more seriously Krishna consciousness. So that way we may feel pain that, okay, the person has gone, even though he had opportunity to perform Krishna consciousness in this human form of life. Or he performed less, okay, whatever he could do, but maybe he could have done more. So that we may feel, and we may lose that opportunity to further help him in Krishna consciousness, in a more direct way sometimes. Now I don't have the opportunity to serve. So basically the attitude is of service. So that is how it is. So he is not thinking in his own terms. He's thinking that how I'm bereft of the association, I'm bereft of the service to that Vaishnava or to that person also. That way, he may be feeling bad. But it doesn't mean that he just keeps lamenting. But actually, he will get into the action. What that action? Action is that he will himself take Krishna consciousness very seriously, and by the dint of his Krishna consciousness, the person who may be a relative of that devotee also will be helped that way. It's like in the Prahlad Maharaj section also find that how Lord Narasimha Dev, he gives a benediction that if any person in the family of a devotee, I mean a devotee, and if some person becomes a devotee, pure Vaishnava, then all his family members also deliver. He says the 21 generation can deliver. And in purport, Srila Prabhupada writes not only of this life, but even previous lives also, like that. So one thing is for sure that one of the service we can render to all the Vaishnavas also, and also to our relatives, family members, the parents, relatives, friends, we may have some affection also. And so the one of the best services that we ourselves can take Krishna consciousness very seriously. Because when ourselves practice very sincerely and seriously Krishna consciousness, the benefit is automatically, they also get. That is there. That's a Lord's benediction is there. That is one of the best service we can do to that particular soul. And also when we practice Krishna consciousness, so when we are living also, and when we are also having some connection with those people, then also we can offer best help to them. Otherwise, we will not be empowered to offer the best help also. Because until unless when we are not Krishna conscious, how can we help others? The best way we can help, when we also are very Krishna conscious, like that. So many times, the one may have a lot of anxieties and worries about how to help, because everybody wants to help, because they have gratitude. People may feel gratitude towards parents, relatives. Can they? So people may have like a lot of concern for the parents, relatives, and all that thing. So those who are not devotees, they're only thinking in terms of, okay, how can I give them good money back? I will get them bungalow. If you ask them, no, how you love your parents? Yeah, I love my parents so much. I'm so grateful. So what do you want to do? I want to make sure that my parents should have one bungalow for my father, one bungalow for my mother. Or what else you want? No, or they should have at least 10 servants. Serve them. So this is all very good. No, one can feel that, but this all on the material platform only is thinking how to repay. But what Srimad Bhagavatam is teaching, what we learn in Guru Parampara is that the best service is rendered when we actually help them in some Krishna consciousness. Because ultimately, even if you give them bangla and you give them servants, but the problem of material existence will not end. They will have to continue the cycle of birth and death. So as devotees, we have to think more, appropriately, not in ignorance. That okay, I have to help my parents this way, that way. So yes, we may want to give them whatever the best we can offer. Like we may want to see them materially well situated, but we should not remain, stuck with that understanding that this is a way I can repay my gratitude to my parents. Not like that. Best way to repay my gratitude to all is actually by taking Krishna consciousness seriously. So that verse is also there, no? Who knows that verse? Na Kinkaro, he says that there's no debt remaining. Which was the verse? How it starts? When I, it's a very famous verse. But how did it begin? This? Tell the first one. Okay, anyway, so he says that all the debts to the everyone, like Rishi and to the parents, everyone is actually paid back. If you actually take to Krishna consciousness seriously. So that means that debts are there. Sorry? To the parents. Everyone. Yeah. Even to the parents also. Yeah. Because when you have taken Krishna consciousness seriously, you have surrendered to the Lord. So you have done the best. You have pleased the Lord in the best way. And that is how. So it's very simple example. Let's say somebody is working in some government office. So he is working as a clerk. This is government office clerk is working. Now let's say the prime minister calls him. Okay, now you come for my service. Some kind of Devarshi Bhotatma, that person. So now he's calling him for his service, very intimate. Okay, now you become like the driver of that prime minister, or say you become like assistant of the prime minister, something like that. So when you are serving like that, then immediately all your responsibilities and whatever was pending, everything will be laid off, cut, like that. Like when I was coming from India to here, so everything, all the devotees were like, I was talking to Jeev, their department. तो मेरा कुछ बुक्स वगैरह है क्या तो देख लो सेटल नहीं पर वो सब सेटल हो गया आपका यू जस्ट गो नो प्रॉब्लम no सीधा अकाउंट help me to get settled in case something is pending. Do you understand? The point is that once you are serving the person whom actually everything belongs, so then what happens? Then your debts are automatically cleared off. So when the clerk goes to the prime minister and is serving that, so then it's not that he will suspend or he will give some fine because you're not doing your work or something. No, it's not like that because he's gone to the high responsibility. He's serving the prime minister there. The same way somebody is dedicating to the Lord, somebody is surrendering to the Lord. So then whatever the debts may be there, it's all paid back. It's paid back. So one may not be seen that now how he is doing some specific, how specifically he's repaying back. One may not be seen in any material terms, but just by taking his full shelter of the Lord, all the debts are paid back. Because that is the ultimate, responsibility of every human being, to take shelter of the Supreme Lord, to take shelter of to surrender to Supreme. That's the ultimate responsibility. It's the ultimate responsibility of all the divinities also, towards whom we are indebted. So when we do that, then we are we are paid. That all the debts are already paid. That way. So Otherwise, so see how this is, why this is said that, it is fate of, see, when we are also living in this world, so we are responsible, at different levels. Like it is said, if somebody gives up his parents, and he doesn't serve the parents when he's old age and all that, he just independently, he just goes away and he doesn't serve the parents and all. It is said that one can become a chandala, Shastra say. He becomes irresponsible like that. The reaction may come as that he will become a chandala in next life because he has given up his parents. Because parents took pain to raise him. Now, when he should also repay back by taking, take care of them physically, materially, but then he goes away like this irresponsibly, then he gets heavy reaction. Actually, you can see that so much of big reaction is there. But when he is taking shelter of the Lord, he is not irresponsibly trying to come out, or irresponsibly go away from the service, but rather he is actually understanding the responsibility, the high responsibility under the guidance of Guru. When he's taking shelter of the Supreme Lord, then that reaction won't be there for him, because he's automatically offering that service, to the parents. You're getting now by actually giving them the chance to become more closer to Krishna, because he's taking Krishna consciousness very seriously. So that way the parents are also benefited. Parents are benefited in some other way, because parents are also attached, having some affection for the child. And when he takes Krishna consciousness, he has also, the feeling of well-being to the parents. But he's taking Krishna consciousness seriously, the parents are also benefited that way. So if there is no purpose like that to take shelter of the Lord and he just gives up, then there is a heavy reaction. But actually, when he's taking shelter of the Supreme Lord, then the reaction is not there. That's why he said, Sarvadharma Pratyaja Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraj, Ham Tvam Sarvapapavya Mokshashyami Mashucha. So when you take shelter of the Lord, then one is free from the reaction. But if he's not taking shelter and irresponsibly he's giving up, then there is a heavy fine. Then he will be punished. So actually, nobody can be irresponsible. Irresponsibility is never, appreciated. It's condemned. Condemned the scriptures. One can never be irresponsible. So everybody should be responsible. But you have to know there are different gradations of responsibility. The highest responsibility of the human form of life is take shelter of the Supreme. The higher responsibility. So if somebody is suppose not taking shelter of the Lord, he is not being a devotee, so he has no inclination to be a devotee, he's just simply not wanting. So such person should be advised to actually, take care of the parents. General devotees should take care of parents. That is also there. It's not that somebody has become devotee who won't take care. Not like that. But what I'm saying is that if somebody has, just like a very simple example, so say there's a war situation and somebody goes to the war to fight, when the government is calling, there's that kind of need is there. So then that person who, may have to leave the family to fight for that, war, then that person, will not be actually, condemned. Rather, he is awarded. You getting this point? So it is not that the person, who has to fight the war, he becomes irresponsible towards the family. If there is no that kind of, he's not, in general, he'll take care of it. So when we are taking the higher responsibility, then one should not have that kind of fear. That's the point. That's why Krishna says, no, Mashucha. When you're taking shelter of me, when you're surrendering to Guru, so there may be a lot of fear. What about this thing? What about that thing? I'll get this reaction, that reaction. So one should not fear that way. At the same time, one should not have that attitude. Okay, I'm taking shelter of the Lord, so I can be just careless about all my. I can careless about my parents. I can be careless about my job. That is also not, recommended. So one tries to be as much as responsible within whatever he could do, as per the instructions of the Guru Parampara, what he has to offer his service. He will try to do his best, responsibility what he could. But one should not fear if there is some kind of, like he may think, okay, I still did not do so much to that particular parent or relative or friend. One should not feel like that too much. One can offer whatever he can do, but one should be fearlessly ready to surrender to the Supreme Lord. Is this point clear? Oh, it's fine. Yeah. So yeah, this is one thing. Now, second thing. Now here you see that even like before also we were discussing this theme, that how the knowledge of soul is being given so nicely. So much of knowledge is given. But even after knowing the knowledge of soul, one may fail to apply in the life. Just like here Hiranyakashipu also, he himself is telling the knowledge of soul, and he is quoting also Yamaraj and how the Suyagya pastime and everything. So clearly everything is mentioned. But still, we see that Hiranyakashipu did not take benefit of this. So in Bhagavad Gita also, you see that in one particular purport, Prabhupada writes, so when he says the series of verses on soul, then one verse comes, Ascharyavat pashyati kashyadenam, Ascharyavat vadante tathaiva chanyah, Ascharyavat chainam anya shnoti, Shrutvapi enam vedana chaiva kashyat. So in that, Prabhupada writes very interestingly, he says that men with a poor fund of knowledge and men who are not austere cannot understand the wonders of the individual atomic spirit, that is soul. So it is very difficult to understand the concept of soul. Srila Prabhupada writes this. So one reason he says poor fund of knowledge. Many times people don't have knowledge also. People don't have knowledge about soul because they never hear Gita, Bhagavatam. They don't get to meet devotees. The people don't have any understanding because the whole society is very materialistic. They only talk about matter. There is hardly any knowledge of soul. Like Srila Prabhupada also came to MIT and I said, there's a department which is talking about difference in body and soul. So that kind of knowledge itself is not. So poor fund of knowledge. People don't have any understanding. But sometimes somebody may get some knowledge, of soul, but still it is not so easy to understand, to get realization, to understand the soul and to get realization of it. So one of the reasons Prabhupada says, one who are not austere, they also may not be able to understand. So what does it mean that not austere? So it also means that actually when one is not ready to accept the lifestyle, which will facilitate him to understand the knowledge of soul, to become more realized in the knowledge of soul. That is also very important. So, like Srila Prabhupada also writes in the third chapter, he says that 3.3 purport, he says that the philosophy without religion is mental speculation, and religion without philosophy is sentimentalism. He says this way. That means if you have only philosophy, but you don't have any religion, that means you don't have any lifestyle, no culture, then it simply is a speculation only. You become like very dry. You have a lot of knowledge, but there is nothing to apply. There is nothing to practice there. So then simply we become mental speculative. We can do a lot of word jugglery, we can talk a lot, but actually, we'll be failing to have any practical understanding and living on the platform of souls. It won't be possible. And if there is only religion, but no philosophy, then we become sentimental also. So there's a danger to become sahajya. So once Radha Gopinath was saying that our philosophy is so high that it's very easy to sometimes become sahajya. Because we have so much of high philosophy. I mean, the whole culture of Krishna, everything is so high. So one may fall short, right? And one may tend to artificially, think that, oh, I'm this, I'm that, so many things. I'm also like Gopi and something he may say. So, but we see in the deity worship how strict it is. Like Srila Prabhupada said, we should worship Radha Krishna as Lakshmi Narayan. Lakshmi Narayan Prabhu is here. So religion without philosophy, that can become sentimental. So we have, the highest form of religion in terms of the practices and the Ashta Sattvika Kar and so many things. But if we are not rooted properly in philosophy, we become Sahaja also.
What are the
Examples for?
Philosophy for religion.
So many, dry speculators are there. There's so many people are talking about. Like Prabhupada says one place that they were having discussion on Gita, but there's a photo only of Krishna. They're having only lamp, and then they are having some discussion on Gita, like that. They will talk Gita, they'll have some discussion, they'll go back, and they'll watch movie also. So there is no practical application to it. So simply they're dry philosophers. You find in Prayagraj, if you go, there where I was raised. So there, you sit in that boat, that fellow will talk philosophy. He'll say, "Arey, जीवन में क्या रखा है? Life is very temporary. Today you're there, tomorrow you're there." And then he'll fight for money. Like that. And he'll eating pan also. So philosophy, so many people will speak like that. But there is no lifestyle. So Prabhupada said, 4 agreed principles. So वो तो बीड़ भी पूरे लेकिन philosophy. So this is a practical, things we can see many places. So people talk big philosophies, but there is no lifestyle. Getting this now? And Another example for Sahajiya is, sometimes like in Vrindavan, once one person had come and he said, "Oh my God, Vrinitai!" He was shouting like this, and they started rolling, and there's getting lot of chaos in the temple. And Srila Prabhupada said, they told to Prabhupada, Prabhupada, what to do? It seems like he's a great Vaishnava, and he's rolling in the temple hall and everything. What should be done? Prabhupada said, do one thing. You take the stick and beat him. And in case he's he continues to roll and say God Nitai. So you bring him to me, and I'll offer him obeisance and I'll ask forgiveness, and we will nicely take care of him. Don't worry. But in case he responds in another way, then just continue chasing him away. Like, so they, with some courage, because Prabhupada told, so they did. They're just catching him and they say, "Hey, what do you think? Who am I? You don't understand? You don't know?" Hindi man. So he became so angry, so upset, and he started speaking a lot of bad words. And how can a great Vaishnava Acharya can speak such dirty bad words also? So they understood, it's simply So basically, they may speak, they may act like they're so much in love with God, with I, and sometimes they cry tears also. But there is no philosophy, no proper philosophy. Or sometimes some Bhagavatam speaker may speak also, very nice philosophy, very nice way. They may speak Krishna Katha, Krishna's pastimes and everything. And then they will say, so we have to also become the same Nirguna Brahman. So all of you have to become Krishna. We'll all become Krishna. Suddenly they'll speak like that. So Radha Gopal was saying that you go to hear some Bhagavatam lectures, he has some experience. So he was saying it will exactly look like some Bhagavatam class only. Everything Krishna's pastime, they'll cry tears also. And then suddenly they will speak that Nirgun Brahman Upasana, and then you have to become the same Nirgun Brahman. Like that. So there is so much of talk about pastimes and how and everything, but it's actually just simply sentimentalism, because there is no real devotion. Actually, where the real devotion? They're trying to simply use this one. So that's why there is no proper seva bhav. So it's simply sahajiyasm. That so dry speculation and sahajya, the both thing, so both can happen. But so that's why Krishna, our Srila Prabhupada has given both. He's given us very profound philosophy, and he's given exactly what is going to help us to actually realize that philosophy, the lifestyle, Krishna conscious lifestyle, the culture of Krishna consciousness. Both are important. So we cannot undermine any of this aspect. So we have to equally be very eager to learn the philosophy, all aspects of philosophy, because how Prabhupada explains it, all his lectures. Sometimes some devotees say, Prabhupada, Prabhupada philosophy, Prabhupada lectures are very, very philosophical, everywhere same thing, only body, soul, and going back to Godhead, three modes of material nature, Yasyatma Buddhi, same thing is speaking. So much of philosophy. Let us hear pastime, hear pastime. Then I will think. But no, we should be eager. We can hear pastime, nothing wrong with it. One can know pastime. There's so many places, Prabhupada, Chaitanya is filled with pastime. Bhagavatam also has so many pastimes. There's so many other sincere followers of Srila Prabhupada, they're also doing pastime. We can hear. It's also very important. But we should not be, thinking that, this is only philosophy, so let me not hear it. No, one should. One should, because this is very, very important. That will help us to actually be properly rooted in having right conceptions. Otherwise, our devotion will not be proper. That verse is there, Aham sarvasya prabho, matta sarvam pravatate, iti matta bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvita. So he's saying there, if somebody knows everything is coming from me, spiritual world, material world, buddha bhava samanvita, such a person will worship with all his heart. So I was thinking that how this is like, God is telling that Buddha Bhava Samanvita. So from where how the devotion will come? Because once you get the right conception, then only that right kind of devotion will be there. When you understand who the personality, you understand the greatness, you understand your position, then only the devotion will be of, that only proper devotion will be there. Chanma karma chame devyam. Evam yo veti tattvataha. Taktva deham punardharma naiti mamita solve. Just by knowing Krishna, how can you just get rid of cycle of birth and death? Because when you know Krishna, Krishna's position, Krishna's pastimes, Krishna's activities, the transcendental nature, automatically you'll be attracted to Krishna. Then right kind of devotion will be there. And that's how you can go back to God. Then only you can think Krishna, with proper devotion. Otherwise, there's so many people talking about, Krishna, but there's no tattvataha. They don't understand Krishna's position. Then right kind of devotion will not. That's why right kind of conception is also very, very important. That's why Sambandha Gyan is very, very vital. Our devotion should be based on the right conception also. Otherwise, so many people talk about devotion, but there is no conception. Proper conception is not there. And in India, we have seen so many people who talk about devotion, but there is no proper conception. That's why it is equally important. That's why Sambandha Jnana is the first. Then there is Abhidheya. Then there is Prayojan. And Abhidheya includes the entire lifestyle also. So as a lifestyle of a devotee. So it's telling, when somebody is not austere, it's really difficult to understand. That means one has to take up the lifestyle of a devotee. So that's why we have all the lifestyle, so much lifestyle is there. So we have like our dress, starting from dress, we have dhoti kurta. So actually this is Vaikuntha dress. Dhoti kurta is actually, if you see any pictures, Krishna Balram, what Krishna is wearing? He's not wearing pant, shirt or anything like that. He's wearing dhoti kurta. I mean dhoti or whatever, uttari he may have, all that. Correct? So it's a lifestyle. So we are also practicing simple. So it's actually the dress of Vaikuntha. Dhoti kurta. Like Prabhupada would say, when I see this wonderful disciples, I feel like they're the Vaikuntha people. They're all Vaikuntha men, they have come here. So Mataji are wearing saris, and Prabhu is wearing dhoti kurta. So it's all Vaikuntha dress actually. So we are putting tilak. So this is all, Vaikuntha way people dress themselves. They have kantimala. Then they have, they're playing instrument like mridangam, kartal. These are all eternal instruments actually. In the spiritual also you'll find them. You see Ashtasakhis, they're also playing mridangam. They're also playing instruments. So this lifestyle is similar to what we are actually going to have lifestyle in spiritual world also. No similar kind of lifestyle will be there. So, so one should be enthusiastic about it, that I have to take the lifestyle also. Sometimes you may take philosophy, some people have, good, but then lifestyle we are very poor. We will not be adopting the lifestyle. Then we will not be able to properly, actually progress and actually get realization of what we hear and read. That lifestyle is not there. Like as Spiritual Master says that without service, no realization. Won't get realization. So service will come automatically when there is a lifestyle like that. So we all have to actually be very eager to adopt the lifestyle of a devotee also. Like Prabhupada, so much he was stressed to get up early in the morning, 4 a.m. to get up early. And then, take early morning bath. He has told clearly, details. You take bath. One should get up early in the morning. When he says the time also, get up that time. One should take bath. Then one should apply tilak. One should dress himself. So so much of details are there. How to apply tilak, wearing dhoti kurta, and then coming for Mangalarti, attending Mangalarti, and also in Mangalarti the tunes also mentioned it, how one should be doing. So it's all kind of details, to the lifestyle, to the rituals that way. So one should be very, very attentive to them also. It's not that okay, I know the philosophy. I already know everything. No, we have to be also conscious to learn them. Same way we have etiquette. So many etiquettes are there, like offering obeisances. We do Vancha Karturvasha. We offer the prayers. We offer prayer to the deities. So these are all etiquettes. These are all taught to us. So when we take them seriously, so this will help us. So we're chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. When we hear Shrimad Bhagavatam class faithfully. Then we have varieties of services. Then we have our authorities, superiors whom we report. We are accountable to. Then we have services, different variety of services. So and then we have certain don'ts. No meat eating, no gambling, no intoxication, no illicit sex, and there were certain do's. We have so many principles of devotional service. We follow them, taking Charnamrit and so many like that. So when we have this kind of lifestyle of a devotee, because these are the activities on the platform of soul. Because otherwise, if we are not adopting that lifestyle like that, then to able to realize this knowledge of soul would be difficult. Like you see, Hiranyakashipu, he actually was desiring such great, he was wanting to be immortal actually. Correct, no? Hiranyakashipu. So and he wanted to be the lord of this universe and everything. And you see our Dhruv Maharaj, he was also wanting to be greater than his great grandfather Brahmaji. At least Hiranyakashipu was subordinating himself to Brahma. But he's Dhruv Maharaj also did not have any offensive mentality. But the point is, Dhruv Maharaj wanted a kingdom greater than great grandfather also, greater than Brahmaji also. So in one sense, you see, materially both were aspiring such big thing, big material goals like that. And Hiranyakashipu also knew philosophy. Hiranyakashipu knew a lot, so much of philosophy he knows. He knows knowledge of soul and everything he knows Correct? Dhruv Maharaj may or may not, I don't know. So he may be knowing, surely, because he is coming in a Vedic culture. He may be knowing. But when Mother Suniti says that how you should go to the Supreme Lord, she gives the right direction. And then he meets Narada Muni. So Narada Muni now gives the process of devotional service, the lifestyle process, how you should be performing devotional service. And Dhruv Maharaj takes that process very seriously. And when he takes the process very seriously, then what happens? He gets purified. And the result of that, what happens is, he gets the Supreme Lord's darshan and he has no material desires now. He simply wants to just serve the Lord, serve his Guru. This is the outcome. Hiranyakashipu, but he did not get any kind of Guru. And there is no process of devotion. There is no lifestyle of a devotee. So Hiranyakashipu, you can see the destination was completely different. In spite of knowing all the knowledge, also, he is a big demon. And he's not our role model at all. So you got this point. So there is a difference. So for us also, we have to take this Abhideya process also very seriously. Of course, Sambandha Gyan. So Sambandha Gyan is also very important. At the same time, we should also take Abhideya very seriously. So that's why we have to be very attentive to the details also in our lifestyle of a devotee also. We have to be attentive. Like, some more things can be spoken, like we have the culture of appreciation among devotees, respecting the devotees, how we deal with our senior Vaishnavas, how we deal with sannyasis. When sannyasis come, what we do? We offer Dandavat Pranam. So it's a culture. It's a culture. It is said in Shastras, if somebody fails to offer obeisance to sannyasi, then he should fast that day. Like this, it's an injunction given like this. So one should not fail to offer obeisances. Like say, some senior devotees is there. When you see actually to any devotee, when we see them, then we offer obeisances in the morning also. So like Muktanand was telling me once, actually he would always tell me that we should always keep offering obeisances. He always keeps telling this. And then one day he called me and said, actually, you should not only offer obeisances in the morning, you should keep offering obeisances in daytime also, as in possible. It's very good to be humble. That way, remain humble always. It is very good to offer obeisances. And it's true. Otherwise, if you don't have that, say there is no etiquette like this to offer obeisance and offer respect like this to Vaishnava. So because I know the theory, I have to respect the Vaishnava. But there is no way to do it. It's very difficult actually. Like suppose, you sit on the chair, put your legs like this up and down, I am very humble. It's very, very difficult actually. So we have certain etiquette which can help us also to be humble. But when you don't take that seriously, we see the Vaishnava, we don't offer only obeisance. We just meeting first time and we don't offer. So this kind of habit is very good actually. So what he was mentioning, so it made a lot of sense to me. Like Prabhupada also, was telling to Gargamuni Prabhu and Brahmanand that they were saying that Prabhupada, you don't feel like offering, because the feeling is not. Because when you offer it, then feeling will come. Offer the feeling will come. The same way, when we also take the etiquette very seriously, then the feeling also will come eventually. The right kind of devotion also will come. Respect will come towards devotees. So we have to also be very, eager to take up the etiquettes also very seriously. Imagine, let's say there is no deities only. Suppose temple is there, just like I was saying, the Gita Society, there is no picture of Krishna. So say Prabhupada has not given us deities and all this worship, all the decoration, we are dressing the deities so nicely, worshipping them, right? And we sing the prayer, Govinda Madi Purusham prayer, we sing. Suppose all these things are not there. We have all the philosophy, but no deities. And no all this practical service, no pot washing, no cooking, no service. Then how one can feel like he's servant of the Lord, even though big philosophy. Jiva Sarupa Hai Krishna Nityadas, but there is no lifestyle where you can actually put yourself as a servant of the Lord. Then how will you realize that? It's practically impossible. How can you do that then? So our process is not like just when this is the process. We have to hear, we have to hear Bhagavatam, read Gita, but also we have to know that Srila Prabhupada has given a complete program. So we have to also equally give importance to the lifestyle also. That's why this kind of association, and in that association there will be so many varieties of activities, so many etiquettes, services. All this is a full program of Krishna consciousness. Then only we'll progress nicely. But if we fail to take the advantage of the lifestyle of a devotee, then actually we may not able to properly get realizations and convictions of what we are reading and hearing. That may not happen like that. So we are doing this course now, no? This 15 days experience of a monk. That course we are trying to do. So there also the whole, the whole concept behind is that this only, that once they get the lifestyle of a devotee, then it's likely they will become devotees quite fast. And you've seen this before. It happens, no? Because when they adopt a lifestyle, then they can actually get the experience. Oh, I'm serving the Lord. They can relate to it. They can do pot washing. They can do some services. They can, when they're chanting, they're offering prayers to deities. Then one can actually, and then hearing the philosophy and having the lifestyle, it becomes easy like that. But let's say, they have no lifestyle. They talk, and just like many doctors also know that smoking is very, very dangerous. You know that doctors know it. That smoking is very dangerous to health. But still, many doctors also may be smoking. Why? Because they are only associated with people who are smoking. All the doctors are smoking. So there is no kind of culture where they are able to have that inspiration and that like-minded association where they are also abstaining from smoking. So just by knowing, we may not able to practice many times. Difficult. That's why association is also very important. The like-minded devotees, when they are practicing that kind of lifestyle, which is based on that theory, based on that practical, the Sambandha Jnana also. Getting this point, that then only he will able to practice them also nicely. So Srila Baba writes also, no, and I know I in that. So he says how the ISKCON is purpose of ISKCON, why ISKCON is created. He says that she says one should Janasangha refers to associating with person not interested in Krishna consciousness. One should strictly avoid such association. Srila Narottam Das Thakur has therefore advised us to live only in the association of Krishna conscious devotees, Bhakta Sanivas. So live with devotee Sangha, because then only you can have the lifestyle of a devotee. Otherwise, it's very difficult. One should always engage in the service of the Lord in the association of the Lord's devotees. Association with those engaged in a similar line of business is very conducive to the advancement in that business. So see what he says. Very nicely is put. Because it is a principle. Association with those engaged in a similar line of business is very conducive to advancement in that business. Consequently, materialistic persons form various associations and clubs to enhance their endeavors. They also have their club, their association, they do that. For example, in the business world, we find such institutions as the Stock Exchange and Chamber of Commerce. Similarly, we have established the International Society for Krishna Consciousness to give people an opportunity to associate with those who have not forgotten Krishna. This spiritual association offered by our ISKCON movement is increasing day by day. Many people from different parts of the world are joining this society to awaken their dormant Krishna consciousness. Yeah. So we get that. So like when we were in college, so there we did not even know, but we were engaged in this like activity of compassion. It's a very big thing actually. It always amazes me that compassion is a very, very great thing. Like selflessly trying to help others without thinking about yourself. So compassion, and that can arouse only in the heart of very great souls. There's a love for Krishna. But because there's a lifestyle, the whole lifestyle given, the activities are given, engagements are given. So you are actually engaged because of that association of devotees and that services, that lifestyle. You automatically become part of that mission of compassion. You become instrument in that compassionate in the mission of compassion. Actually, I mean, the mission of delivering the fallen souls. So when there was a culture of preaching there, so doing follow up, getting the boys, and giving device, and then a variety of services. Somebody's cooking, and all that. So we have to even pray also. No? We should pray to deities for different boys that they should become Krishna conscious like that. So there was a very good culture like this. So then what happens is, even though it's very difficult to practice this, to have this compassion, but because you get this kind of lifestyle where you have some preaching activities, so then you can actually practice, and then that helps us to develop compassion eventually. We may not be going out of great compassion. We are going out of sense of obedience, sense of culture. Everybody is going. We also like in the culture of book distribution. Like Vasajika Prabhu has created such strong culture, and all over the world this culture is created. So automatically, you see everybody is going for book distribution. So let me also go. And when you do that, then you get the experience of, you get the joy by doing that. How when you gave somebody, he got benefited, then you feel so happy. Then you actually feel inspired. Oh, this is very good. So you get the taste of becoming instrument of compassion. Then you can appreciate that quality like that. Then we may start aspiring. No, a lot actually. This is a wonderful thing. I should live for others. Actually, then the turn can happen. Till now, I was selfishly only living, but like that day, Shreyas was there in the car. So he was preaching to a cab person so powerfully. Dharda is preaching, he's giving one hand juice, and then Hare Krishna mantra he kept in the mobile. So I was saying from ear he's giving Hare Krishna mantra. From mouth he's putting juice, and in between also, so that he should not get diverted anywhere. In case he's not hearing the holy name, he was hearing the philosophy also. I was thinking about them attack, full attack, and that person was bold, completely. He was saying, "Oh, it is giving me so much of energy. I'm feeling very joyful." I said, "Yeah. No, it is going to be like that because it is very powerful. It is spiritually, very powerful." And like it's speaking the philosophy also. So this person was very bold. He took the number and everything, and he took the book. I told him, I'll come, man, again, all that. So he was continuously preaching. So the point is, afterward he was sharing, he was feeling very joyful because he could see that how this person is ready to take Krishna consciousness. And then he was recently sharing me yesterday, Prabhu, now I'm, when I go out, I say Hari Bol and Hare Krishna, and people are also saying Hare Krishna. It's actually is happening. So that means people are ready to chant Hare Krishna. We only don't say Prabhu many times. I say, yeah, that's true. You see. So we develop that kind of conviction, you understand? And then we also become inspired to give holy name to others. Correct, no? That way. So we have to actually, so that's why I'm saying the lifestyle is very important. That culture is very important. When there's a culture of preaching, culture of book distribution, culture of seva, we are very enthusiastic. Okay, when seva is there, that it's like a festival. No, it's not like, oh, I have to do some task. No, actually, this is a platform by which I can actually realize that I'm servant of Krishna. Otherwise, how will you understand you're servant of Krishna? And when you do pot washing, then you understand, oh, I'm servant of Krishna. This is my spiritual master always stresses. No, sometimes as we become senior, so we may have sometimes no time to do some menial service. So he always emphasizes one should always be eager to do menial services also, because that menial service, there is no like you have to philosophize much. You can simply act like a simple servant. That's all. And other service maybe it's difficult. Sometimes to feel like okay, I give class. People are going to, or you suppose you have to accept some glorification. Your Vyas Puja is being celebrated. So it's not so easy to think that I'm servant of all these people who are glorifying me. It's very difficult sometimes because so much of praises, glorification, garlands may come, so much respect may there. You're giving lectures, people are clapping. It may be difficult to think that you're a servant sometimes. Of course, one can think it's always possible. So I'm not saying it's not possible. But when you do menial service, it's much more easy to understand. Correct? It doesn't mean that you should not give lecture and cannot do that. That is also good. That's also seva only. But what I'm saying is that one should be good. Why not? Because when you do that, then only you get the, so that's a platform, right? So we all need that platform where we can actually make our knowledge into practical, convictions, our realization. So Srila Prabhupada has offered that platform to us. This whole ISKCON movement is that platform where we can actually make all these wonderful teachings of Shastra very live in our heart. In our life, it can become lively. We will be live examples. We can be live examples of it. It's possible. So like in Nectar of Instruction verse 4th also, Prabhupada says that. He says, the life of the Krishna conscious society is nourished by these 6 types of loving exchange among the members against the culture. What are the 6 loving exchanges? It's also kind of culture. Therefore, people must be given the chance to associate with the devotees of ISKCON. Because simply by reciprocating in the 6 ways mentioned above, an ordinary man can fully revive his dormant Krishna consciousness. Sangat sanjayate kamaha. One's desire and ambitions develop according to the company one keeps. It is often said that a man is known by his company. So, yeah, so basically the 6 engages, Dadati Pratiganati, Vijamaka, Mungti Bhojate Chaiva Shadvida Priti Lakshanam. So, giving gifts to devotees, and accepting gifts, offering prasadam, accepting prasadam, revealing one's mind in confidence and hearing the other devotees. So 6 exchanges, loving exchanges. when you have that culture of appreciation, culture of encouragement, so then automatically, it becomes very easy to actually, be inspired in Krishna consciousness and to be actually be a devotee, because that's the Vaikuntha atmosphere. In Vaikuntha, everybody is appreciating each other's service. Everybody is recognizing the service of each other devotee, and everybody is trying to assist each other in their services. That is the atmosphere of Vaikuntha, and this is the same thing. And we also, what Prabhupada is teaching, if we also apply, then we can also realize this all wonderful knowledge of I'm soul, I'm part of Matlab Krishna. We have the big philosophy, I'm the servant of servant of servant. It's very difficult to realize. But suppose you have a seva, and then you can act like an assistant. Okay, this Prabhu is going for some program. Let me do some help. Let me just go and maybe lift his bag. This Prabhu's bag I lift, or I'll open the laptop. I'll do the setup. So you're acting like a servant of servant. You're getting, so this is how we can get the practical application of it. But imagine we don't have that lifestyle only. We don't take any seva only. We're not involved only all that. We don't have that kind of platform. It's very difficult to realize. How will I act like a servant of servant? It's very difficult. Correct. So that's why we have to know this is a very nice facility what Prabhupada has given us. To actually apply all the teachings what we have got. So much we read here, but we don't live a lifestyle of a devotee. It will be very difficult for us to apply that. So just tell. So he says, everyone should be friendly for the service of the Lord. Everyone should praise another service to the Lord, not be proud of his own service. This is the way of Vaishnava thinking, Vaikuntha thinking. Then he says, there is no question of enmity between servants. Everyone should be allowed to render service to the Lord to the best of his ability. And everyone should appreciate the service of others. Everyone should appreciate. So how much we appreciate the service of other devotees? How much we recognize and appreciate and encourage. Very, very important. Actually, many devotees have told, because they were encouraged some particular time by some devotee. That's how that gave him so much boost, that he's able to. But doesn't even Vyas duty was telling, bro, I just need some encouragement. If I get some encouraging word, I can do a lot. I think, that's what it is. So this is one of the responsibility of devotees, that we always keep encouraging and appreciating also. Very important, So we have already in our community. But what I'm saying is, this is something which we have to know is a very, very essential ingredient of any community, that, it's a culture. Culture has to be there like that. So culture of appreciation, culture of recognizing other devotees' service. So he's saying such are the activities of Vaikuntha. Since everyone is a servant, everyone is on the same platform and is allowed to serve the Lord according to his ability. So that's why this culture of appreciation, culture of recognizing other services and being grateful to them, and etiquettes, and that loving exchanges. These are all lifestyle of it. So when we are sticking to that, then we can properly cultivate our Krishna consciousness. So sambandha, abhideya, then prayojan, like that. So that's why. So we are telling that all are important. So sambandha again also is very, very vital. That's why we have to be equally eager for hearing the philosophy, reading Prabhupada books, and then adopting the lifestyle also. So that's why we are emphasizing so much, that coming to the morning program, taking part, because so much of wonderful, lifestyle of a devotee, like taking Charnamrita. These are what great souls also do. The advanced pure devotee also do the same thing. They take the prasadam. We are taking, like Mother Parvati is hankering for Lord's Mahaprasadam. That pastime. So they're also very eager for prasadam. We are getting prasadam here. One of the aspects which I was telling in this our training program for 15 days, I was telling them, even if you have to go out for work, you have to take prasadam only. You are not allowed to take anything outside. The part of the course. But that's how you have the lifestyle of a devotee. That is, how can you be devotee? You are taking some, something coffee outside, and then you morning, evening you're doing that. No, you have to follow that, everything like a devotee. Then only you have that lifestyle. So that is also very, very important. So that's why we emphasize so much. I mean, Srila Prabhupada is emphasizing so much that we should come for the morning prayer, associate with devotees, have the Mangala. These are all wonderful facilities. Then only, like when you come for the Mangala, then you are chanting Guru Ashtaka. They're expressing your gratitude to Guru. The Guru Puja also we are expressing that. So this is very vital for us. Because when we sing the words of glorification to Guru, then gratitude may come in. And then we in daytime we are engaging in the service of. Correct, na? There's so many services also. So if you are no neglectful of our services, no, then hardly there will be thoughts of Guru. They may not be. So ritual is also there. Practical services are also there. So it's all is there to help us be able to be rooted in the servitude to the spiritual master, and to be grateful to the spiritual master. So Rasham was once he was mentioning that sometimes we may be traveling also here and there. So we may sometimes tend to miss singing these prayers. He was saying that one should see that everyday basis. I mean, I also have to work on it, but sometimes traveling, we may miss, because there is no Mangal Aarti going on. So we are saying one should not miss out. One should at least sing this prayers. Yes. One should sing the Guru Ashtaka prayer, sing the Narasimhati prayer, sing the Tulsi Bhagavati prayer, because this is given by Prabhupada, given by Acharyas. One should not simply miss them. So I mean, then I was alarmed. I was thinking sometimes we miss, we miss a chant because we are traveling, and devotees may not be there. So sometimes we may be just we may miss it actually. But actually, if we can try, we should actually we can sing at least. Just go through once. We can just sing the prayers at least. So that's very good. So why I'm saying this, because these are all we should see that as a gift. We should not think that already I know. Already I read. No, we have to see that his lifestyle is also very, very important. So so that's what I could see. See, Raja was a Vedic Voices for Inspiration, Culture and Education. Said in voice he get the full form. So their culture is also very important. Culture and education. So education at the same time culture. So only education, no culture. There is no bias. There is no voice setup. There is no culture. Then how can you be a devotee? It's very difficult because there is no culture of getting up in the morning. There is no culture of Mangal. There's no culture of cooking. There's no culture of services. There's no culture of preaching. There's no culture of book distribution. Then how can a person be well-groomed devotee? It's not possible. That's why, Rajashambhu very much stresses on you can do whatever preaching, but you have to create a facility to stay to. Have a facility where they live a 24 hours life of a devotee. It's very, very important. Otherwise, you don't create that culture, then all philosophy you may speak, you'll go in their ear, they'll think I know a lot. I have read Gita. Many people say, I've read Gita fully. I call now because I interview. Then I ask, they say, I've read Gita, Bhagavad Gita fully. I've read it. They say to me. I think amazing. It's very nice. Some of our Vivas devotees have not read it. They should also read taking inspiration from. They have read it, but they are still having drinking. Yeah, some people told us, but still I drink. They're still smoking. So after reading Bhagavad Gita, also, you see. So I'm not saying, I'm not minimizing the importance, but I'm saying Prabhupada also wanted us to live a life for devotee. To come to the fold of association of devotees and live that lifestyle. Then only the progress will be proper. You have to be equally enthusiastic about it. Otherwise, it will be, we may not able to properly utilize this wonderful wisdom what is given in a practical life. It will be difficult like that. So I'll pause here in case any question or reflection, anything we can discuss. Any reflection or any question? Yes, go ahead.
So first the knowledge comes and then only the power. Or power and knowledge can simultaneously can get first to the power. First knowledge and how can go together, or first we are only realize that they are not. It can go together. Like that is my understanding. So, like what you were saying is first, Buddha Bhava Samaya.
No, whatever. See, if you don't know the person, then how can you have a right kind of service, seva bhava or any kind of bhava? If you don't, let's say some say Prime Minister of India comes here, you have no understanding about the Prime Minister. So what kind of bhava you have?
But the Sambandha we are not fully realized that we are not body.
That is fine. That's fine. But at least but at least you know now. At least you have that awareness. It's Krishna the Supreme Lord. And then you may get some bhav sometimes. So it's fine. That's okay. Some devotion is there. We may not be like having bhava, stage bhava. That may not be there. But there's some devotional feelings may be there. That is fine. Because we are at least we are rooted on the right conception. So that conception is important, no? Sambandha Gyan is important. There's no Sambandha Gyan proper. Because there are people who claim that they have devotion. They say that, no, yes, I get dreams of Krishna. I was in the train, no, then one lady, she told, one Mata, that she was taking tea. She was talking about Krishna. We are trying to distribute books, I think. So then she took the chai, tea, and she said that, no, हम तो कान्हा को दिए बिना कुछ नहीं लेते हैं. फिर उसने चस्से लिया, छिट्टा मारा, हवा ही मारा छिट्टा उसने. बोला कि ये कृष्णा को हम दिया दे, और हम फिर पी रहे हैं. क्या है, what is this? Yeah, so no proper concept. तो भाव है अभी, वो क्या भाव बोलेंगे आप? So we should not too much get into that zone so much. Bhav will come, automatically bhav will come. Buddha bhava samanvita will happen. Once you know aham sarvasya prabhu, matta sarvam pravartate, you understand, no, the position of the Lord. That is the first thing we should know. Then bhav will be there. Otherwise, like abhas kind of. That's okay. Some people may show some thing, we may not have that conception, but they're good people. You give them philosophy, then devotion will become very proper. Nothing wrong with that. Out of their some sentiment, they may come to Krishna. But give them philosophy also. Then the sentiment will become properly situated. That is important. Any other question?
So I just since you are stressing more on the later part was lifestyle. So I just wrote one line that application of Krishna consciousness can be properly.
Like this also is one of the nice culture. Like say some Bhagavatam speaker is coming. So we all sit together. We are in time. It's a culture. It's a culture. But if you suppose one person is sitting, then kirtan is over. Then second person comes. Then prayers are over. Then third person comes. Then lecture starts. Then fourth person comes. And in between some people. Of course, maybe some seva, some. I'm not denying. I also maybe sometimes come back. But I'm saying that. So I mean, we have to feel for the culture. If you don't feel for the culture, then we may not be able to take advantage of it. That's why it is important. So that's for the sake of keeping the culture, we may have to sometimes sacrifice some of them. You're getting this point. It's very, very important. So we may all get engaged in different things. I agree. We have limitations. But at least we have that we are conscious of it. That culture should not be this thing. Like culture of dancing. Let's say, the Mangalarati is happening, and everybody is, looking in the sky only. There is no. So why does the proper step is there? That's why we have everything, the Prabhupada steps are there. We do that steps, right? And then we raise hand also. When we are in following up, then we are raising hand also. So it's all like culture, and then we are singing also. The way we have to sing also is being told loudly. We sing and whatever. So it's all part of the culture. And then we are in dhoti kurta, we are in tilak. So everything is actually is a part of culture. And then somebody comes from outside, then seeing that thing, will be bold. Wow, what's this? So that is a very powerful impact can be created. Like so, culture is so important aspect also. Because that's how people see, devotee in action. That's very important. And this culture is given by Acharya. We are not concocting our own cultures. Everything what we do is based on the instructions of Acharya, the direction of the Acharyas. That's why we should be eager to know also how we should be doing what we should. But then we'll be trained, okay, you should do like this, you should be doing like that. Like at that day, Muktanand was saying that how Prabhupada taught to play Kartal. So he gave me some correction. So then we should be eager to know, okay, what Prabhupada expert, how we should do it. Jayadatt Maharaj has written, how to do Kirtan. उसको पूरा book ही उन्होंने लिखा है. Because he gets very upset, people do so many things. So how we should perform Kirtan and everything. So we should be very eager to learn. Not like I have my own ways to, मैं करके दिखाता हूँ. It's not like that. Mood should be to learn as prescribed by the acharyas. Yes, Prabhu, sorry.
So so this lifestyle is that's not why now just reflecting that you were saying that application of Krishna consciousness can be done, but can happen only when we accept the lifestyle.
Yeah, correct.
Our realization also will come when we actually
surrendering to this, we have to surrender our life to the spiritual master. But we are no devotees, there's nobody to tell us anything. It all remains theoretical then. You can be full of devotees, and there is spiritual master, there is representatives of a spiritual master. There's so many instructions, there's so many things to do. Then something which you can actually relate. So otherwise, without a devotee, it is all very becomes very, very difficult to relate on that. How you cultivate this. That's why lifestyle is very important. That's why living with devotees is very important. Staying with devotees and following everything. And that's why we should try our best to follow. Yes.
So, I missed some context. I was listening on you. So, you shared some inspiring story about how Reyes was distributing books. So, in what context was that? What is the meaning of
No,
eagerness to share it?
no. Why should I?
Share the holy
Yeah, basically, I was telling that when there is a culture like this, when some practice is there, no? Now, let's say the book distribution culture is there, everybody is going for book distribution. So, when you do book distribution, because of the culture, with lifestyle is there, then you can practice that particular quality like compassion. Then you get glimpse of, okay, what is this compassion? You become some instrument, you get some joy. Then you start aspiring for the real compassion. Something like that. So, yeah. So, when he may not be before thinking, okay, why should I? I also would not talk to people much. Quite introvert and outside, like I'd be with myself only. But now, after coming to Krishna consciousness, there's so much, you just keep interacting with people. Because I was very introvert. When I'd go to my classroom, I'd hardly know my classmates also. Who's sitting behind? Sometimes people would say, hey, I'm your classmate only. They would say like, but now we even know, where we go, cab driver, anybody, want to just. So how it happens, because when there is a culture of giving Krishna to others, giving books to others, the culture of carrying books. We carry the books, we give. Like Ashram always emphasizes, carry some prasadam, carry some books or something. When you go, then there's a culture, you're part of the lifestyle, then it becomes easy for you to practice those things. And then you experience the joy of doing it. Something in that line, bro. I'm not exactly remembering, but something in that. Any other reflection? I mean, any reflection you can say.
Once we have the right conception of God, then our devotion to Him will be proper.
Okay. If nothing, anything else?
One point if we even care for the culture, am I helping uphold the culture?
Yeah. Correct.
In one lecture, Raghunath Maharaj, Guru Maharaj was sharing how even when we enthusiastically attend a class,
Correct.
and when we don't fall asleep,
Yes.
we inspire others also.
And that is one of the greatest service we can do, the Vaishnavas, Maharaj. It's also one of the very important service. That's true.
When we don't chit chat them, don't fall asleep.
Yeah.
We consciously make an endeavor. We are
correct.
That means we are caring for the patient.
Very important. True. Any other thing? Prabhuji wanted to. Yeah. No, you can say. Prabhuji.
The first part of the lecture was attachment is when devotee leaves the body. So, learning from Maharaj, when devotees leave the body, that attachment should be there for devotee, because attachment to devotee is also actually helping us to attach to Krishna. So and that is good. That is on
Spiritual. Okay. So you want to say something? Okay, so we'll pause here. Grantha Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Prabhupada ki. Prabhupada ki.
Okay.